hello there. How are you? You having a good day so far? You got eye boogers. Oh, you got hiccups. I got hiccups. This is Crouton. We rescued her. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, not the hand. Okay, get it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Bryce. This is like my first... Hi. This is like my first talking head type video that I've ever done. So bear with me. Oh, wow. I work at a church in Langley, BC, and I do all the video content for them. I also work at a dance studio in Burnaby, and I do the video content for them too. I get to also teach dance there as well, which is like really fun. I started dancing, and then I picked up a camera and started filming my friends dance. It all worked out, and I started filming weddings and other events, and then I eventually got this job at the church, and I've been working there I've been working there for about 3 years. Working at 2 different places at once, it can get kind of crazy. It can get kind of crazy with all of the footage that you have and all of the different projects that you're working on during the week. For instance, I'm working on probably 3 to 5 projects a week sometimes. It can get wild. And one of the most important things that I've learned is how to organize those files. When you have just like a ton of different footage from different places and you're kind of just throwing it on your desktop, we've all been there. We've all had a messy desktop. Don't lie. Seriously. But seriously, wow. I think that this is a topic that a lot of people don't usually talk about. I know a lot of people talk about storage options. For instance, hard drives. I don't think a lot of people actually talk about how to store your projects. When I first started working at the church, I learned from my friend Rob how to properly organize your files. Because when I first started out, I was just throwing everything on a folder, and then I was throwing everything in that folder into the project file. I had a lot of untitled project files and a lot of, in Premiere Pro, I didn't even use bins. Like it was just like, boom. It was terrible. This is something that I wish I knew when I first started out, because it would have saved me so much time. And it involves a lot of subfolders. Booty dough. I know we all dread subfolders, but I think subfolders can save so much time for you, and they can actually improve your workflow and allow you to access files that you haven't accessed in a long time, just because of the consistency of which you are naming your files and your folders. Grab a cup of coffee or water or tea, whatever you want. Boop. Don't mind this. This is gonna Okay, let's just get right into it. So guys, this is my desktop, and as you can see, I try to keep nothing on my desktop. This is my main hard drive, my 2020. It's actually technically my 2020-2021 hard drive, but I just haven't gotten a new hard drive yet. This is what I usually do. I usually have documents, which are like anything from invoices, tax receipts, apparently games. I don't know why that's there. I usually try to keep my video files and my photo files separately, just because like they're usually different projects. There's not usually a lot of crossover between, like, I'm taking photos at the same time as taking video, so I usually try to keep those separate. What I'll immediately do is I'll create a subfolder for the year, so 2020, 2021. As you can see, it's kind of all over the place. It may seem like it's all over the place, but this is kind of like where you can experiment and you can figure out a system that works for you. As you can see, my photo folder is a little neglected. It's kind of all over the place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another subfolder for the actual like place that it's shot or the person that it was involved with. So right now, Ashland, I have an Ashland folder, and it's all the stuff that has to do with our family. And then I have CLA, which is my main work. And so what I'll do is I'll grab everything that has to do with CLA, and I will, yeah, that's pretty much it. I will throw that into a CLA folder. And then it's just like right there. I sort of have this like subfolder flow going. Photo, 2021, subject, more specific subject, and then the date. As you can see, sometimes it can get a little crazy. Rob would just like, he would subfolder till, I remember he told me one time that he actually made so many subfolders that his computer actually like wouldn't let him make any more subfolders. It just said, hey, you've hit the line, man. Okay, let's move on to the main thing, and that's video. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of very similar to the photo one. 2021, not a whole lot going on. So what I usually do is I'll usually create a few subfolders, and I'll name it after like Studio North, which is the studio that I work for. And then within Studio North, I'll also have another folder where it's like each project. And so say it's Studio North TV, which is our online platform. Click that. Okay, so this is where the consistency kind of like starts. And this overlaps with your files bin within Premiere Pro as well. So what I usually do is within here, Studio North TV, I'll have assets, which is like intro, outro. It can be like a graphic, it can be like a text, it can be like a logo. And then I have a delivery folder, which is labeled by the date. And then this is where I start to do the dates. This is when it was filmed. And then click that. And then within there, I will have each deliverable, and I'll try to name it as specifically as possible. And then within there, I'll also have the thumbnail, the delivered thumbnail. And then if I go all the way back, I do the same thing for every single folder. Boom, me. I didn't make a thumbnail for this one. If I go all the way back, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different subfolders that just get more specific, but it just makes it a lot easier to find those files. Footage. If I go to footage, I don't have footage from the other months because I took it off this hard drive. March, and then immediately I start with the date. I organize it by camera. So A7 III, which was the main camera, and then A6500, which is like the side profile camera. I'm actually not sure where those files went. I think I took them off. And then the photos. Say for this one, I'll have the camera, but then I had an audio file that I recorded on this little Tascam. And so I'll put that into its own folder. And then I have the screen capture that he took on his laptop, and I'll put that in its own folder. I used to just make the project, and then it would like get jumbled up with like all the video files, and it kind of just got a little crazy. So what I would usually do with the project file is I would just put it in a folder, and then when I go into Premiere Pro, this is on my MacBook 2015, so bear with me, it's going to be really slow. That's a 10. So what I usually do is when I make a new project, I'll go new project. I actually need to make a March folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it Studio North TV March 2021. What I'll do is open up this where you want to save it. Lacey, video 2021, Studio North TV project. And then here, make a new folder, called it March, and then save it in there. And then all of these settings we'll probably get into another day. I have my Premiere set up very simply, whereas I have the media bin, or I have an editing part where it's just literally the media bin, the source monitor, and the timeline. And this is very small because I usually work off of a bigger monitor. This is where the consistency kind of needs to happen. What I used to do when I was starting out is I would throw all the footage into this little thing, and then I would just like try to make folders and organize it by subject or by whatever I thought it was, and it was just like so chaotic. What you can do is you can go back here, say I go to Studio North TV, footage, March. Now say this is all the footage that I filmed in March. Since it's already organized like this, I can actually just grab all three and throw it into that bin. No files in the Carmen folder because I took it off, so that didn't even get imported. But if you look over here, now I have these two folders. And if you open up a subfolder, A7 III, it shows all the footage right there. So what I always do inside a new Premiere Pro project is I'll go like this. I'll make a bin, and I'll go footage, and then I'll click away, make a new one called music, click away, and then I'll go assets, and then sequences. I always organize my Premiere Pro project this system, no matter how big or small the project is, just because of how effective it is to me. So I'll grab the footage and I'll slap that footage right into the footage folder, organize it by name, and then there, it's inside the footage. I think in another video I'm gonna get more into this, but this is just to show you how I organize the files within Premiere Pro so that it's consistent, well, marginally consistent with the hard drive. What you can actually do is, to make it a little bit easier, is say if I deleted the footage folder, if I go to footage and I just literally grab this entire footage folder and throw it in there, it will, see, it'll actually bring in the entire footage folder. Boom, March, boom, this, boom. Okay, see, now it didn't actually do its job very well there. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes you have to reorganize it yourself, but this is usually the first thing I do when I open up Premiere, is I make sure everything is organized so that if I have to find footage later on, it's like so much easier. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Because I've been doing this for so long, it's helped me keep everything organized, and I find it's very easy to find files if I'm just, yeah, I hope that was helpful. And thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me to Crouton. Your company is always appreciated. Let me know in the comments what made sense to you, or maybe like what you do already. And I hope you took something away from this. Bless you. If something didn't make sense to you, I'll try to reply as soon as I can. And yeah, get it. Thanks.